Hello everyone, welcome back to AI and Automation Studio. In the previous lessons, we learned about the range object and some of its important methods, such as copy, clear contents, delete, and autofit. Today, we're going to learn another very important way of working with cells in VBA. It is called the cells object. If you're new to VBA, don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how cells works and when you can use it. So let's get started. In VBA, we can refer to a cell using its row number and column number. For example, if I want to refer to cell A1, I can write cells open bracket 1, 1 close bracket. The first number represents the row, and the second number represents the column. So row 1 and column 1 means cell A1. What about cell B3? Column B is column number 2, and row 3 is row number 3. So we can write cells open bracket 3, 2 close bracket. This refers to cell B3. Let's see this in Excel. I'll open the VBA editor and insert a new module. Now I'll create a simple macro. Inside the macro, I'll write cells open bracket 2, 1 close bracket. Value equals Ganesh. When I run this macro, Excel writes the word Ganesh into cell A2. Why did it go into A2? Because 2 represents the row number and 1 represents column A. Now let's write a number into another cell. I'll use cells open bracket 2, 2 close bracket. That value equals 50,000. When I run the code, the number 50,000 appears in cell B2. So now we have an employee name in column A and a salary in column B. This is very similar to using the range object. For example, we could write range open bracket A2 close bracket. Value equals Ganesh. Both approaches can write data into a cell, but the real advantage of the cells object becomes clear when the row and column numbers are dynamic. For example, suppose I want to write the word Ganesh into row 5 in column 3. I can simply use cells open bracket 5, 3 close bracket. Value equals Ganesh. Column 3 is column C, so the value will appear in cell C5. This way of referring to cells becomes extremely useful when we start working with variables and loops. Let's see one more practical example. Suppose I have an employee name in cell A2 and a salary in cell B2. I want VBA to calculate the annual salary and place the result in column C. I can use cells open bracket 2, 3 close bracket. Value equals cells open bracket 2, 2 close bracket. Value multiplied by 12. When I run the macro, VBA takes the monthly salary from column B, multiplies it by 12, and places the result in column C. This is a simple example, but imagine doing the same thing for hundreds or thousands of rows. That's where the cells object becomes very powerful. Let's quickly remember the important concept. In cells row, column, the first number is always a row, and the second number is a column. So cells 1, 1 means A1. Cells 3, 2 means B3. And cells 5, 3 means C5. Once you understand this pattern, working with dynamic Excel data becomes much easier. In the next lesson, we'll take this one step further. We'll combine cells with variables and make our VBA code dynamic, instead of manually entering row numbers. If you found this lesson useful, please like, share, and subscribe to AI and Automation Studio. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.